Good morning, Shubha Prabhat, Suprabhat. On behalf of Organizing Committee and College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Parbhani, I welcome you all for the inaugural function of National Online Training Program on Statistical Tools in Research and Data Analysis. As you are aware, this training program is scheduled from today, that is 9th of August till 14th of August 2021. The College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Parbhani,
if you can hear me,
one of the constituent colleges of Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Nagpur. This college is celebrating its Golden Jubilee anniversary. This college has a rich heritage of stalwarts in various disciplines of veterinary sciences. Under the Golden Jubilee anniversary celebration, the College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Parbhani, has been organizing various educational, research, and extension-based training programs. This training program, that is Statistical Tools in Research and Data Analysis, is a part of college celebration as Golden Jubilee Anniversary. For today's inaugural program, we have with us as chief guest respected Dr. V.D. Aher sir, Director of Instructions and Dean, Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Nagpur. On behalf of organizing committee, college, and participants, I welcome you, sir, for this inaugural program. We have gracious presence of our university's formal Director of Instruction and Dean, Dr. Abdul Samad sir. On behalf of Organization Committee, college and participants, I welcome Dr. Samad sir, guest of honor for today's inaugural program. Our source of inspiration, our beloved associate dean, Dr. N.M. Markandeya sir, is also with us for this inaugural program. I request him to act as the chairman for this inaugural program. Welcome you, sir. As this training program will commence from 11 a.m. without disturbing the training program time, we have organized this inaugural function at 10:30. We are sorry that we are a little bit 5 minutes late, so that we can start our training program exactly at 11 a.m. Once again, I take this opportunity to welcome you all. Now I request training program coordinator, Dr. Sajid Ali sir, to have introductory remark. Sir, please.
thank you very much, Dr. Wankhede sir. A warm good morning to all honorable dignitaries, especially our beloved DIN Dean, Dr. V.D. Aher sir, former DIN Dean, and the opening speaker of this training, Dr. Abdul Samad sir, our associate dean, Dr. N.M. Markandeya sir, my seniors, colleagues, and participants. On behalf of College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Parbhani, I wholeheartedly welcome you all for today's inaugural session of 1 week online training program, Statistical Tools in Research and Data Analysis. Sir, we as a researcher generate the data, but to analyze it, we need the knowledge of statistics. Earlier in ICR syllabus for all PG courses, one compulsory course was there, LS 601 Design of Experiment. But new ICR syllabus, it was kept optional. Unfortunately, many universities not included that course in PG syllabus. So, Considering that vacuum and by observing the difficulties of the students of our colleges, it was long time ago goal of Department of Animal Genetics and Breeding to organize such training for the student, especially for those who are doing their PG and PhD. So I am happy that aim comes true today. Sir, primarily we targeted to the student, but pleased to inform you all that we have large number of registrations from faculty of different disciplines. We have a faculty from agriculture, veterinary, pharmacy, and basic sciences. Till this time, we have around 570 plus registrations from every corner of the country. Sir, this will be a very heterogeneous type of group. Hence, we will be this will be a little difficult to the speakers to fulfill the demand of all. But I assure all the participants that at the end of this training, they will be more than satisfied, more knowledgeable, more skilled, as we have eminent speakers from their field. Definitely, there are certain known drawbacks of the virtual mode, which are beyond the control of organizers. If such untowards happen, kindly keep patience and give us time to compensate or correct it. Sir, as a coordinator, my basic idea was to create the understanding about the statistical analysis and its outcomes, because calculations using any software can be learned from anywhere. But understanding the results and interpretation of the outcomes is very important. So, however, most of the participants in our WhatsApp group, they shown their interest in practical demonstration using some examples. So we communicated our speakers, and most of the lectures will be followed by demonstration too. And accordingly, we extended 1 hour time. Instead of 11, we are going to start 10:30 on every day. Total, there will be 12 to 14 lectures, come demonstrations. You as a participants are requested to keep your microphone, video off during the lecture. Write your difficulties or queries on chat box. Instead of asking the speakers between the lecture, you just write down your queries on the chat box and remain available till the end of the session. And if you want to share some feedbacks, kindly share it personally on my email. I, on behalf of organizing committee, assure you that all the deliberations will surely be very helpful for your future research life. During this COVID period, I pray to Almighty for better health and safe life for everyone. Stay home, take necessary cares, and stay safe. At the end, I extend my thanks to University Authority for granting permission, College Authority for eminent speakers for giving their valuable time, my seniors, colleagues for their support, and last but not least, Alembic Pharmaceuticals, Mr. Karuna Nidhi, Vice President, and Mr. Santosh Shinde, DGM of the Alembic, for their collaboration and providing us Zoom online platform. Thank you to one and all. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now I request today's guest of honor, former Director of Instruction and Dean, Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Nagpur, Dr. Abdul Samad sir, to guide our participants. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Wankhede. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dr. Aher, Dr. Markande, Dr. Sajed, Dr. Wankhede, and all other members of the organizing committee, as well as dear participants. It's really a pleasure for me to be today with all of you to speak on a topic related to statistics. See, statistics had been a very subject dear to me right from the undergraduate. And I remember even in postgraduate, I used to score very high, in statistics courses. This is an important, statistics is actually a very important aspect of your research. And I'm very happy that there are lots of research workers and the research students who are here as a participant. And I must congratulate MAPSU for organizing this course, because this will give them an idea of how statistics is to be used in a positive way. Friends, there are also ways statistics can be misused. And a very clear example which is cited every time is that of one lady, Sally Clark. She was convicted because for I think murder of two of her sons, and the basis was the statistician in the court claimed that two infants dying of sudden infant syndrome is 73 million to 1. And the jury accepted that and said that this cannot be an accident, and those infants must have been murdered. Of course, that was reverted later on. Another example where statistics has been misused and has become very popular now is A1, A2 milk. If you go to the original paper, because I have done a lot of research and I have got a review article in vethelpline.com. If you are interested, you can go and refer to that paper, in which I have analyzed all the papers published. And it appears that it was merely statistical association which have been distorted, and a whole new concept has come up. Now you see, India is the only country where in the constitution we have fundamental duties. And in fundamental duties, there is one section 51AH. That particular subsection says every citizen should develop scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. So having scientific temperament is a duty which Constitution expects from us. And this scientific temper comes only from questioning. When you have to ask questions, and then from that question, you have to do an inquiry and have a rational concept and rational approach in our daily life. What is happening nowadays, that although we claim that we are a knowledge society, we claim that we are using science and technology, but if we really see, we don't use science in day-to-day life. Generally, people say that science is somewhere in the laboratory, or they see science in terms of technology like appliances. But actually, science is to be used in day-to-day life. Then only we are going to have real development. If you read, if you really go through the literature and find out if we are really having scientific temperament, if we are really having research that is giving good outcome, the number of patents filed is one major. Now in 2009, India had filed 471 patents, whereas China had filed 7,946. So in a huge difference. If you come to 2019, India filed 2,053 patents, and all these patents are from PCT, that is the international patents. Whereas China in 2019 filed around 13,000 patents. So it's almost 6 to 7 times of what India has filed. If we look at the universities, one California University in USA, in 2019, one university filed 470 PCT patent application, whereas China, 2 universities together filed 477 patent together. So if you see what other countries are doing and where we are, there is a lot of potential that we should use science to develop our society. We should use science to solve our problems. But the problem is that many times we mix up science and myths. And in simple term, scientific temper is nothing but questioning, as I have said to you earlier. And then after asking the question, you have to look and find out, whatever you read and whatever you hear is really rational and whether it is proven. Now, problem is many times those who are supposed to be our, leading personalities, commit, something which is not really scientific. And I would like to give you an example that, when a court was filed in Sabarmala temple issue, and the decision came on the same day, Kerala had floods. So one very senior RBI governor came up in the press and said that because this particular case was filed in court, God was unpleased and the state suffered from flood. So this is something which negates the scientific temperament which the constitution is asking us to do. Then even our prime minister recently has said that a society with a scientific temper is always on the path of development. So science and technology is necessary for development. But then what happens? Sometimes we commit mistakes and then have something which is irrational. For example, and even universities participate in these kind of things. There was a news report that in Junagadh University, the scientists have separated gold from cow urine. And then I wrote a RTI application to the university to find out about the methods, to find out about whether any peer review research has been published, whether patent has been filed, how much gold university has been able to purify and keep it to itself. And the answer was negative, that nothing was done after publication. And then once the scientists do this, it becomes a kind of an example for others to cite, and that's how we create irrationality in the population. You see, even keeping science away from politics, keeping science away from all other pressure is also very important. And in this context, I would like to give you an example. When I was in Canada studying, there was one Dr. Rushton. And this Dr. Rushton had presented a paper in California. He was from University of, I think, Western Ontario. And his paper was on evolution. And he had measured different races on the scale of evolution. That became very controversial. And when he came back, there was huge, cry against him. There were agitation, and then on the TV there was a debate where the Prime Minister of Ontario also came to participate, and the Vice Chancellor of that particular university was also there. The Prime Minister said that you see, university should not do such a research which create problems in the society. And the Vice Chancellor told Prime Minister that, Honorable Prime Minister, please mind your politics, keep your politics away from university. You cannot dictate researchers what research they should do. I mean, this is the kind of independence the researcher need. Then only researchers will be able to create good research. Now you tell me whether we have any Vice Chancellor in the country who would be able to stand up, leave aside the Chief Minister, even a simple minister or a simple MLA, he won't be able to understand and defend his scientist. Dr. APJ Kalam, in his book Turning Point, has introduced the term development politics, and where he says that all our policies which we decide for development has to be based on science. Now you tell me whether this is true. Are we taking decisions? Are we making policies which are related with the science? Are we teaching students to become rational? Are we teaching students so that they have a scientific temperament? They start asking questions. Whereas, we see that right from beginning, we don't expect child to ask questions. And if he asks any penetrating question, we ask him to keep quiet. And that is how, right from beginning, we see that the temperament of questioning, stops. When I was studying, that time I found that the basic difference between the research which we were doing here and the research being done outside was everybody was asking a question. And then with that question in mind, they were trying to conduct research to get the answer from it. A recent example is in animal husbandry department. We have adopted sex semen technology. I asked under RTI, the central government as well as different state department, whether you have done any research, any study to find out what is going to be the impact of this particular technology on the farmers' income, on the cattle numbers, because we adopted a technology from USA or from other countries where the management system is different. They can cull animals for slaughter. We cannot cull animals for slaughter. So if you are not going to do that, you are going to have a very large number of only cows and heifers, which is going to create lots of problems. So I asked this question, and then to my surprise, all of them said that no, we have not done any study. So there is no thinking when we make any policies, and because of that, we suffer afterwards. For example, now we say that probably we did a mistake by going for crossbreeding program, and after some time we'll say, okay, we did a mistake by doing these things. So all these things can be sorted out if science is applied, if there is application of mind while adopting any technology or any policy. We should not go by what only the politicians say. Now the last point I would like to cover here is many times we feel that going against the popular perception is going to invite criticism. One of the example which I would like to give here is the case of clomiphene citrate. Now I remember that in 1980s that was a compound which was very widely used. And when I was in Canada, I had mentioned that we are using this particular compound for purpose of anesthesia, and there they all laughed and said, how can you use this? This will not be absorbed. I came back and then started asking questions to the company. The company could not give me clear answer, and then I forgot. And then after a few years, I found out that they had sponsored a research, and in the research they found out that this particular compound is not absorbed when fed orally because its structure is just like estrogen. And then picking up from there, there is a group which has developed a rumen protected clomiphene compound which can be absorbed. So when you are asking question, even for a popular perception that this is something which is very effective, and if you don't ask question, if you don't have the clear answer, you will not be able to find a solution for it. So therefore, always think that whatever is being generally accepted in the public, and if you feel that it has no scientific basis, then you need to really ask questions and try to get answer to it. So friends, what I wanted to convey in my this particular discussion was that being from faculty, being research students or being a researcher, it is our duty to first become very rational, have scientific temperament, have honesty and integrity in doing research, use statistics positively, because we know that statistics can also be used to defend something which is not true. And therefore we have to be very careful, evaluate whatever you read, evaluate for its fidelity, for its credibility of data carefully. In my lecture, which will be on empirical data, I would be further dwelling on these points and will explain to you how empirical data can be used. With these few words, I take your leave, and I once again thank the university authorities as well as the college authorities for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your guidance, as you have vast experience and knowledge, and you have rightly signified the importance of data analysis and its practical implication in the research of veterinary science. Now, I request the chief guest of honor for today's inaugural function, respected Dr. V.D. Ahir, sir, Dean and DI of Maharashtra and Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Nagpur, to have his remarks and also to guide the participants. I request him similarly to declare the training program is thus started. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Wankhede. A very good morning to all. At the outset, let me congratulate the coordinator and organizing committee for selecting very different but a very important topic for organizing this 1 week online training program. In fact, they are entitled to double congratulation as got registered highest number plus 575, more than 500 in this virtual training. Itself it indicates, or there is indication that they choose the topic which is a need of an hour. Statistical tools in research and data analysis. As a researcher, we did experiment, generate data, but that generated data is merely a number. It doesn't have any meaning. The data having underlying important information, and that hidden message needs to be decoded. And here the role of statistics starts. To decode that message means to convert the information into knowledge. We need a statistics. Dear friends, today's age is an age of data science. As per some survey in coming few years, there will be a huge demand for data scientists or data analysts. Let it be the field of artificial intelligence or bioinformatics. That means henceforth we cannot move forward without knowledge of statistics. We as researchers must be able to present, tabulate, picturize, and analyze our data. And from the result, we could be in position to interpret these findings so as to reach some solid or valid conclusion. So I am very much sure that this 1 week training program will definitely help you to learn many new things. It will create a zeal to learn more in this aspect. I congratulate you all participants also for being joining this training program to learn the important subject. As respected Dr. Samad sir, my teacher, my mentor, is the opening speaker for this training. I should not take much time between you and him. So I can conclude my few words. Thank you very much. And I extend thanks to organizer for providing this opportunity to interact with you. And I declare that this online training program inauguration is over. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for giving your precious time for attending this inaugural function and accepting our request as a chief guest of honor for today's inaugural function. Thank you for once again for your gracious presence. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our Associate Dean, Dr. N.M. Markandeya, sir, for concluding and presidential remark. Thank you, sir. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Wankhede. Very good morning to all. On behalf of this Institute, College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Parbhani, I welcome respected Director of Instructions and Dean, Dr. Ahir, sir, former Director of Instructions and Dean, respected Dr. Samad, sir. I am happy that this particular program could be possible only because of the strength and the support given by Alembic. A huge response which we have registered for this particular training indicates that the topic selected is appropriate, and that is the need for field veterinarians, research workers. Friends, we all are celebrating August Kranti Din today, 9th of August, we are paying our homage to our soldiers to fight against the British regime. Also, this year we are celebrating Bharat Ka Amritotsav. And in addition to that, I'm very happy that we are celebrating Golden Jubilee year of this institute. Today, I'm very happy that keynote address, inaugural address is given by my teacher, mentor, very experienced veterinarian. And really speaking, there are very few veterinarians who are in touch with the profession after retirement. I'm sure that his guidance will be useful for whole veterinary fraternity throughout his life. Another important thing is that he is very straightforward, and also he only takes the stand where there is a science. Another important thing is that this particular training program was permitted by the university authorities, and Dr. A.M. Paturkar sir, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, our respected directors suggested many improvements for planning of this particular training program. I'm happy that it is a good start for this particular training. We will continue this particular training program for 7 days, and on day 7th, I'm confident that all you will be satisfied for this particular such a type of topic and the information which is extended through this. Another important thing is that whatever the lectures we are conducting for this particular training, we have compiled this particular the video recording of all the training programs which we have conducted earlier, and generally we place it on our website. So friends, even if there is slight disturbance for a moment or so, you will not lose any type of technical gap or any type of information of this particular training. I welcome one and all, and I request the organizers to be on time for the training. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for always standing behind for conducting such type of training programs for the benefit of students and faculty, and as well as for farmers. Now we are at the flag end of today's inaugural function. Now I request co-coordinator of this training program, Dr. Pandit Nandedkar sir, to have a vote of thanks. Dr. Nandedkar sir, please.
Thank you, Wankhede sir. I welcome all the participants for this national online training program on the statistical tools in research and data analysis from 9th to 14th August. For today's inaugural function of this training program, under the guidance of Chief Patron, Professor Colonel Dr. A.M. Paturkar sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, and university authorities for this, and for inaugural function, we have today we have Dr. V.D. Ahe sir, who is a Director of Instructions and Dean, as a chief guest of our university for this today's program. Then esteemed teacher, Professor Dr. Abdul Samad sir, who is the ex-Director of Instructions and Dean, MAPSU Nagpur, as a guest of honor for today's function. Both these chief guest and guest of honor addressed the audience and assured that this training program is going to help the participants to take the statistical data analysis in the right way to give a justice to the research. For this today's function, we have Dr. N.M. Markande sir, who is always behind for doing such type of positive things for the students and teachers. Dr. N.M. Markande sir, who is Associate Dean of Course Permanent. I am very lucky to inform you all, our organizing team for this, and we have organized this program in the department under the Department of Animal Genetics and Breeding. For this, vision of Dr. Sajid Ali, who is the coordinator of this program, who realized that there is a great demand for the data analysis and there are so many difficulties regarding the data analysis. Why not to take this part as a theme to organize this training for the staff, researchers, students, so they will get a proper designing of the statistical analysis. So he has taken a lead to organize this training program, and for this training program, as an organizing team, we have taken the help of Alembic, who is a web coordinator, Dr. Santosh Shinde and Mr. P. Karunaraji, to have an interaction with the participants. For this organizing team, we, as a team, we are having Dr. M.F. Siddiqui sir, who is a co-coordinator with myself, and there are other members, Dr. S.M. Wankade sir, Dr. M.B.A. Siddiqui sir, Dr. S.N. Rinde sir, Dr. K.U. Tekale sir, and there are regional co-coordinators, Dr. P.S. Bankar sir from Akola, Dr. Kranti Kharkar from Nagpur, M.M. Chopre sir from Mumbai, Dr. R.P. Kolle from Shirwar, Dr. S.P. Amankar from Udgir. So, and for this, Dr. M.S. Vaidya, who is a professor and head of this department, this organizing committee has a plan in a nice way to have and assure all type of deliberations of lectures and practicals in a right way, in timely frame manner, so that all participants should not face any type of difficulty to address the things. So I thank all the participants for taking the active participation, for joining, registering this training program. We are having 500 plus. This is the first time in India in a veterinary fraternity who have registered this much large number of participants for this training program. I thanks Chief Guest Dr. V.D. Iyer sir, who has permitted us to conduct this program and inaugurated the function. We are also, I am also thankful to Dr. Abdul Samad, who has given a time as a guest of honor to grace this today's function. Also, he is going to have one lecture to the participants. Always esteemed Professor Dr. N.M. Markande sir, who is here, who is always there to help all teachers and students to conduct such type of programs. I am thankful to Dr. N.M. Markande sir and all organizing team and participants. With this, inaugural program is over. Now I request Dr. Wankade sir to take lead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your vote of thanks. Now, with the permission of Honorable Chair, I declare that the inaugural function of the 1 week